Taylor Bachrach grills Michael Keenen on the air passenger regulations that are coming in September 8, 2022. So many cancellations, and whose responsibility is it? Airlines or government? This was a misleading press release. Here's the clip.
Thank you very much. Up next.
Mr. Bachrach, the floor is yours. You have 2.5 minutes.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. A question for Mr. Keenen regarding the air passenger protection regulations. Now, you mentioned the new amendments to the regulations that are coming into effect on September 8th. Last week, on August 10th, Transport Canada issued a statement stating that amendments to the air passenger protection regulations will come into force to ensure passengers are compensated for flight delays, cancellations, and other incidents that may be out of an air carrier's control. Now, we looked into those amendments, and the amendments don't do that at all. The amendments essentially refund passengers their airfare if they're not able to complete their trip within a certain amount of time. Can you speak to why Transport Canada put out such a misleading press release and is not clear about what these amendments actually achieve?
Thank you for the question, Mr. Chair. The member points out an important change in the important improvement in the air passenger protection regulations that actually has as its antecedent the complete shutdown of air travel back in March of 2020. And what happened there is that the passenger rights system had a set of obligations for carriers to, in terms of the treatment of passengers, whether or not a delay is within their control or not. But it didn't actually, the regulations didn't envisage the kind of catastrophic shutdown we saw in March of 2020. And so it didn't speak to what you do if the air carrier can't actually complete the journey in a reasonable time. And there was and that generated the issue of vouchers versus refunds. So in order to this change ensures that if the passenger wants, they can get compensation in the form of a full cash reimbursement of the ticket if it's a situation where it's impossible for the airline to complete the journey within a reasonable time. Now, short of this amendment, the airlines still have obligations, even if a situation is under the current rules that exist today before September 8th, for rebooking passengers and a duty of accommodation and care, even if the cause of the delay is outside of their control. But this bolsters the rights of passengers when they and gives them the ability to declare no, they just want a refund and they just want their money back.
Thank you very much, Mr. Bachrach, and thank you, Mr. Keenen.